Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you all are doing great. I am doing okay. I do apologize for uh, what may appear that I'm frantic because I am a little bit on the frantic side. And I just need to adjust. This mat is needing some serious love today. I don't know how we're going to get it loved either, but hopefully we can. I saw it yesterday. I went to what's that place called? Tuesday morning, and they had a glass mat. I already have a glass mat. The problem with the glass mat, I feel like, is the glare, and who wants glare, right? So hopefully everyone's doing well. I am doing okay. I'm just going to grab one thing, and then we'll get started. We will get the party started. I just need to check my phone really quickly. So, what I thought that would be really cool for us to do is good morning, Chocolate City Sim. How are you today? Hopefully well. I just got in the house. I was like, let me go ahead and capitalize on the time so that I can, not waste any today. And yeah, chicken with head cut off is what I have appeared to do. Because I went to the grocery store and got some food. Let's just say I'm going to have to start a chicken farm or something because goodness, stuff is expensive. I hope you're doing good too. I bought this a while back. Um, bought some stamps. I don't know if we're going to do these stamps or not, but if you did not know, I love snowmen. Not all snowmen are created equal, but I love snowmen. And look at this little guy. Stay warm, winter wishes, and he's holding this little thing. And I went to the thrift store yesterday and I got the exact same snowman in a different form, but his little nose is missing, so I'll make him a little nose. I think, I don't know. I want to start off with something fairly simple because I'm still trying to catch my breath from being in the road in the streets this morning. So uh I thought we could do this. I have this right here, this paper studio. I'm sorry to hear that you're tired, Chocolate. Well, I mean, I know why you're tired, but hopefully that'll be over soon. So we're gonna do this. This is one of my favorite paper pads from Paper Studio. I think they changed it a little bit because this is from 2019. I think they changed this and updated it a little. Not quite sure. So we're gonna just go ahead and oh, this is pretty. We're gonna just go ahead and tear out about 8 sheets, maybe. Now the paper is very thin, unfortunately. So that is something to keep in mind. And I am feeling blue. Good morning, Samara. How are you doing today? Hopefully well. Please let me know if you all can hear me. Um, I had sound, right? Always sound. Hope you had a great weekend, Samara. Y'all like sloppy joes? I do not really like sloppy joes, but I think that's what I'm making for dinner. Sloppy joes and tater tots. Sounds very adult, right? Ooh. I have In Vogue stuck in my head. It's a singing group for those of you that don't know. Um, I don't know why. You love sloppy joes? Ooh, this is pretty too. I that's what I'm making today. I just left the grocery store. Did not buy any sloppy joe. Nothing. I have no ground meat. I didn't buy any ground anything. Because yeah, I was like, we're gonna have turkey chops. Yeah, see, I was like, we're gonna have turkey chops, mashed potatoes. No, no, I just make it with turkey. I don't I don't eat beef or pork, so I just do it with turkey. Um I think we're gonna make a book real quick. I haven't made a book in a while, so and I have so much to do. I want to give you full disclosure. I have some stuff that I feel like I need to do. Um so I have considered I'm not going to do it, but I considered not doing anything but my collaborations until I was finished with the stuff that I need to get done. But then I was like, you know what? If you do that, you probably won't, do nothing. So we're going to try our hardest to just work harder, be smarter at some of the things that I need to get done. We're going to go ahead and make a little book. Now, this paper is an 8 by 8 pad, and I'm going to pull out some prefabricated cards. I'm trying to pull out some more festive ones versus not festive. Like, I'm looking for not festive, I should have said, because I can use the back of these cards and not feel remorse for destroying them so easily. Now, if I was really good at fussy cutting and into fussy cutting, I could fussy cut those little pheasants. Those are pheasants. I don't know. I think they're pheasants, but I could cut them out and, you know, do some things with them. But I'm not. And I thought maybe, me, if I really get overwhelmed, I think we'll do some coloring. Because I want to try. I just want to do some coloring. I want to do something not so stressful because I didn't prepare anything today because I just literally walked through the front door about 6 minutes ago and I just had to unload the groceries. I still left some in the car today, uh, as well as put food in the refrigerator. And I really want to make some cards. So maybe next week we'll do cards. And I just want to do some random card making with, I wouldn't say collections that I have, but just random, not not random, but pieces that I have from other things like ephemera. And I think I may have to make some. I know Deb's Crafty Cottage, she reinstated her embellishments on the 11th, but I did not opt to do that because I have, I have a I couldn't commit to it and be totally committed to the commitment. So I chose not to even get involved in it. And I did find my Wonder Woman stuff, so we'll be back on that soon. I just have so much going on right now that I just cannot really focus on being productive with one thing continuously until I get that done. So we're going to cut this down to 5.5. I haven't crafted since last week. That is crazy. The reason why we're cutting this down to 5.5 because we're going to score it right here. And so that's what that will be. Hi, foster mom. How are you today? Hopefully well. The sky outside is so icky. It's been quote unquote threatening to rain the last couple of days. And it's sprinkled off and on. It's rained some, but not like, you know, for real raining. It's just kind of been, hmm. We're going to do every half inch. And this technique that I'm doing, a lot of people have already done this, but I had bought a die from HSN, Anna Griffin's die. I think I need 13, but we're just going to see. And I couldn't figure it out because I like a good tutorial. And when people are on HSN selling stuff, it's not like they selling stuff. I mean, like they're doing really good tutorials. Some of them are doing good tutorials, but it's more like, hey, We have videos on our website, our social channels. Go ahead and check it out from there. And so that's what it was. So, but I was like, ooh, that would be my opportunity to not worry about how to make one. I could just use the dye. Got the dye home, still was struggling, struggle bus. So I just counted and redid it. And after blood, sweat, and curse words and tears, I was able, so we did one more. So it's 11, I guess. I was able to go ahead and actually make it, which made me happy. Very happy. Okay, so it's going to be flat like that. And it's going to be up. I feel like, in a couple of days it's going to be September. And I don't know about you all, but I say this every month. The year, someone definitely has the year on fast forward, and they need to put it back on regular play, right? And let it slow down some. And I think as I've gotten older, it seems like it's fast. Because normally I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to. Now I'm like, ooh, I missed that. Okay. And parties, we've been invited to 3 birthday parties, and school just recently started. So I did 2 this weekend, got an invitation today for another one. And I need my son to socialize and hang out with his little friends. But at the same time, I'm like, goodness. So you know, we'll see what's going on. And then I asked the big roommate today, I was like, hey, do you want him to have a party? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, where? He's like, not here. I'm like, sir, really? I said, yeah, because I don't want to do all the work myself. And then, it's so bad. Like, I should know better. I'm much more mature than that. But if you take a pot shot at me, shots fired at me, we're gonna have to return the favor. And that's what I did. I'm gonna go ahead and write T's on here because the way my morning is going, I might mess that up. I do hope everyone had a safe, fun weekend. I can't say that mine was safe. It was definitely interesting. They did this amusement park called Urban Air. I had never been there before. It's not an amusement park. It's a bounce house, trampoline park. Excuse me, trampoline park. And I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to do this. It was very dangerous, in my opinion. Very, 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 very dangerous. Uh, my son hurt his arm on the first ride, the first little thing he did, and it was just very emotion filled day that day. We got through it. We made it through it. Then we turned around and went to Chuck E. Cheese the next day, and that was much easier to deal with. I did have some thin tape here, quarter of an inch tape, 1/8 inch tape. I can't find it, so we're just gonna go with this and hope I don't over glue it. If I appear frantic, it's because I have so many messages going to my brain from other things, and my brain is like, okay, we need to get this done, this done. It's just a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. But I am glad that you have decided to hang out with me. It means a lot. Uh, More than words could say. Do y'all use this? Because if you don't, I need you to tell me why not. Not that I'm forcing a lean on you, but uh, It's inexpensive for one. It dries fairly fast. It's a tacky tape. Excuse me, a tacky wet glue. So, you have to be mindful of that. But it dries fast. It's inexpensive and it's a good product. It says it's made in America. I'm not saying that it's not made in America, but I had read this article, not about them, but an article saying that a company was buying stuff from not America and changing it to made in America, allegedly, right? So, but I feel like they are American made company, and I like the glue very much so. I love it. And it's inexpensive. And they sell these at Michael's for like 2.99. These, I'm not sure if it's this one or if it's a 4 ounce one, but that's good because you always need the glue to be ready to just roll out, not shake and bake in it. You need it to just roll out on you and work properly. I had went shopping. We went thrifting yesterday, my friend and I, and we were going like I left my house at 9, and I didn't get home until after school from the little roommate. And we only went to two spots because um her daughter was saying that she wasn't feeling well, so we kind of not cancel, but we stopped. Normally we go up until it's time to pick my son up. Um, so we stopped, and then she was like, she got a message from her daughter saying, "Don't worry about it. Someone else is gonna do it. Drop her off at home or whatever." And we had already left that side of town, so we went to this restaurant. Now I had been there before, um, and I was like, I think it's this restaurant. Yeah, it can be a little thick. Aliens definitely can be a little thick, but what American can't be a little thick? No, let me stop. Let me stop. I'm just, being silly. Yeah, remember when you sent me those little fine tip applicators? I think this would work in a fine tip applicator very nicely, but I haven't tried it to be sure. I've only transferred other glues, kind of semi thinner glues from there to those little bottles to use. Um, but we went to this Thai and Vietnamese restaurant because I wanted some pho. Oh, see. So you remember that though Dollar Tree used to sell that thin Dollar Tree glue? A lot of people think it was art glitter glue. I'm not sure about that, but it would dry really fast, really quick, no bubbles. Yeah. I have tried Aleene's with this particular thing, and I was like, well, I don't know, but we could do some experimenting. That would be cool to try and figure out what would actually work. So I wanted some pho, pho is what it's how it's spelled. I don't know how it's pronounced properly. I call it pho, but every time I say pho, someone says fa, and every time I say fa, someone says pho. So I don't know how to actually pronounce it, but I like it. The problem is I don't eat beef or pork, and they usually every place I've been to has faux fa in um beef broth. And so the lady was like, "Oh no." I said, "Well, what do you have for chicken?" And I had the best chicken fried rice I had had in a long time. Good morning, Heather. How are you doing today? Hopefully well. I saw your post about the animals. I was like, "Ooh, that's cool. Very cool." So here we go. We have made our little thing and it's very sturdy. I'm going to try my hardest to put this down. I am not a good uh, placer of the same size tape, but I feel like we can probably salvage this mission because we're going to have something that's going to go over it. And then I'll have to find my tape. You guys use carts for those people that craft? if you do, or you don't have to be a crafter to use a Rascard cart. You can be for anything. It can be for movies, video games, hair supplies. It's just a little organization card. I am getting serious, you all, about being organized. And am going to use mine. Yeah, I got mine from IKEA because I wanted that one because Michael's. So the one I got from IKEA was $29. Michael's was playing with the prices back then. They had it at the everyday low price, but you couldn't use a coupon to get it half off. Because let's face it, no one wants to spend $30 or $40 or $50 on a Rascar cart. We want it for $10. Well, I'm gonna say we. You may want it for 20 or 30, but $10 is always a nice price. And I couldn't find one. And then I used to see these stupid posts. They were like, "Oh, the Rascar carts are on sale. Only purple for $20 or this price for $20 or this color." And I never looked up. All the prices were always the same full price. All the colors were always full price for me. And so I got full price one. And then so yesterday I was at where did I go? Did we go to Ross? No, we went to what is that store? The store that used to be like everybody's favorite. Then they Tuesday morning. Then they stopped selling the good stuff. So a Tuesday morning, they had a cart. That thing was $40. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something. I always tell y'all about shopping and how to spend your money because I'm an enabler, as y'all call it. I just try to make sure my friends get them good deals. If you see something and you can afford it right now, I would say buy that crap. Because in a month or 2 months or 2 days, 2 hours, it's expensive. Yeah, I haven't been to Ross this week, but I only go for the craft stuff. And then when it's school time, holiday season, I like to go there and try to find the teachers' mugs because I try to give the teachers all the exact same stuff, just in different colors. So you should just give them like a little throw blanket. So this year, my son has the same teachers because the teachers moved up with them as they moved up. So you're gonna be like, oh, we see what she's doing. She's doing the same thing, and I hope that I can find some that I like because I tend to buy myself one too. So I like to keep the house cold. Not that I watch TV because my son's always watching cartoons, so we tend to watch cartoons. But I could have a blanket for my feet, a blanket for my legs, a blanket for my lap, a blanket for my chest, and one to go on my head if I wanted to. I just like them. I like the way they feel. They're so nice and soft and fuzzy. A bit of an overkill to have all of those blankets though. So I do want to get rid of some. A couple of years ago, 2018, I think it was, I saw a Thomas one. It was the last one that they had. And I went ahead and snagged that baby up because they don't have them anymore at Walmart. And my son has used it so much, he's starting to wear the threading thin and it has a little hole in it now. And then I went to the thrift store and I saw this vintage looking Thomas one. And he wants to play with it. I'm like, no, don't you touch it. Which is not very fair to him. I shouldn't have bought it if I'm not letting him do it. But he likes to walk on the blankets. I mean, he's a kid, so he doesn't understand the value of money and stuff like that. But I'm like, let it be. I wanted to kind of survive a little bit longer. Cause well, you don't know. Some of y'all know, but I usually like to go to the flea market because people will sell their stuff at the flea markets, and some people buy a lot of crap and just get rid of it. They don't know what they have, and I've been able to buy him a few vintage Thomas stuff that's no longer in production for a reasonable price. And then I'm like, oh yeah, because I was like my return on investment. If it's a good shape, which half the stuff is not anymore, but if it's in good shape, you get more money for it. And if it's a out of off market, not being made anymore. I was like, yes, I'm gonna have some money. I probably won't get nothing back. I'll probably end up having to pay somebody to, you know, take that stuff. All right, so we got this one. This is a little bit of more of a struggle than I thought it would be. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, I do have an idea on why it's doing that. It's because this tape is so thick. Some tick tape. But anyway, yeah. So I do hope everyone is having a wonderful morning, day, beginning of the week. My week has been thus far interesting. That's what I can say. I have a laptop that I need to go and do some work on because I used to use Norton antivirus, and then I had asked some of my little smarter than me computer friends like Chocolate City Sim and my other friend. I was like, hey, what is your virus protection program? Now, mind you, I've been using Norton for a long time, since I can remember. Once I first got a computer, I've used Norton when it was just Norton, and then they used all those other names, and they added all the other junk. I'm taking this tape off. I put it to it's crooked, still crooked. That's okay. Just gonna erase that sticky so it's not sticky anymore. If you have that little anti-static thing, you can use that as well to get rid of it. I'm just gonna try to smooth this bubble out. There we go. All right. So they were like they use these programs and this program. I was like, oh, I have that program. And I have Best Buy protection. So I have McAfee for free. And here I am paying for something else. So I disabled it on all the computers except for that one. So Norton is like very like, listen, we're gonna make your whole computer seize up if you don't give us your dollars. So I have to uninstall it so it can work because that's the computer my son uses for schoolwork. But we hadn't used it since May. The date on it said May 29th. And the computer's like, your date may be off. I'm like, you don't say. It really is off. Now, if you had these already prefabricated, you wouldn't need to make books. You could just put them any kind of way you want. And I haven't did it in a while. I've only did a few, but you can actually use these as little pockets to put things in. I just don't see the need to do that currently because I'm not doing anything to make like a thick book for pockets and stuff like that. So yeah, you must have Norton, Heather. You have Norton over there, madam. I was thinking we could do a variety, excuse me, a myriad of things today. I have some jewelry stuff that I was like, oh, we could try and make some jewelry things. But I just wanted to do a quick, well, not a quick project, but a project to help me. Oh, Mac. Oh, let me find out. So you guys don't, you have automatic protection with Mac too, right? I would love to become an Apple. No, I wouldn't. But um, I wouldn't mind. I always wanted a Mac computer, but the stuff that I do on my computer, Mac don't really do like video games. Some of my video games, it takes a little bit longer to get access to them on Mac. So it's just easier for me to stick with who I need. Yeah, that's good. Very good. y'all watch the VMA show? I did not. I don't watch award shows. I'm not very much into that scene anymore. When I was younger, I would be all over it. Like, ooh, so and so's gonna perform. They're gonna perform their new song. And, back in the day, video music award shows or award shows in general are a little bit more popular and entertaining. And now they're kind of like, yeah, I don't watch award shows anymore. And then the whole, I'm sure we're all familiar with the slap. I had went to bed early that night when it happened. Not that, they're my buddies or friends or whatever. And when I heard about it, I was like, stop lying. It was staged, right? It was this, it was that. I still have my reservations that it was staged out. But yeah, I just don't find them very entertaining to watch anymore. Probably since I have been like, it's been a minute, like a while for these award shows. Did I do this right? I think. Yeah, we did it right. All right, so we're going to use this Aileen so we can slide it over. 20 years. Now, we need to be honest. We meaning I. I'll go back and watch. Like if someone says a certain performance, I'll go back and watch the performance and see how good or funny or whatever it was. But me sitting through a whole award show for one act, not anymore. I blame cable TV. I blame those streaming services, all those platforms that you don't have to worry about. You can do whatever you want. That's what I blame for me not watching it anymore. YouTube is a great source of knowledge. So here we go. Just gonna apply this pressure down. So I have a question for you all. Is 9 o'clock too early? Um, for you? Would you like for me to do this later in the day? If I did it later in the day, it would always be before 3 o'clock, and it would always end at 2:30 if I did it later in the day. So if I did it at, let's say, 1, it would go from 1 to 2:30 at the latest. It would never go to 3 o'clock unless it was a no school day and the little guy was already home. I cannot mentally do a night stream, a night cast, because my son tends to ask a lot of questions. Oh, probably so. People crazy. They probably have a new album or something coming out. I think that's the problem. Like, so not social media, but the industry has changed, and I guess they're trying to figure out ways to make us still want to use and buy these people things. Okay, Samara. If anyone watches the replay, they could leave. If anyone does, they could leave a comment about the best time for them. Because I know I'm on Central Time, and so Central Time is always a little bit odd for a lot of people. Because I'm always like an hour behind most everyone. Okay, so I'm going to try this paper cutting with this guillotine, only because it's so thin. And thin paper kind of 4 1/4, 5 1/2. So last time I told y'all I had wanted to get that Betsy stamp from the lady, right? And she sold it. I got scooped. I've been scooped twice with Betsy. And I feel like I didn't do this right. I did though. And it hurt my feelings. I just want to let I'm going to record and say that it hurt my feelings that I didn't get it because that's the one I need to finish my collection. uh, Needless to say, I've been on the lookout for it or whatever. But I think we're gonna put this line this way. I think we did one of these before, didn't we? I sure do. Uh, so we need 10. I think 10 pages. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we're gonna do 4 and 4, hopefully. These three and something and something. I'm gonna slide it in just a scotch from the quarter mark. 5.5. I probably was saying that's so sad. I also feel like I cannot get sleep. The last couple of days I've been not sleeping properly. It's so funny because we all have stuff going on. And I think that if you ask anybody that has stuff going on, they'll be like, oh, I didn't get this done because life or work or this or that. I did this and I'm getting this done. I was telling my friend this yesterday because she was telling me this funny story. And I was like, I think in life, it was so funny. It's always somebody with this, I know this person that does this, or I know this person that does that kind of story. It's always very funny. And I always find that it's even more hilarious because I told her, I said, I might even be that person in somebody's story. Like I got this crazy friend, y'all. Ooh, let me tell you what she did last week. We went to the store and she went up to the cash register and asked the lady, something crazy. Because that's me. I would definitely be that person to do that. I went to Walmart this morning to get some non-perishable items. I won't say groceries, but non-perishable items. And one of the things that I wanted to buy was something that was perishable. But when I got to the self checkout, because it was before 8 o'clock, which I have reservations about that already. The thing was like $12. I was like, now y'all know y'all wrong for this because in the back it said it was what? Y'all see this? This one's larger. What am I doing? What am I doing over here? Look at this. Off. Let's cut this down. So the lady had to come and take it off the register. I was off the thing. I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that for $12 when you got $4 back there. So you have to, if you, it's a PSA basically. If you're shopping at Wally World, check them prices. Like know the price that you're paying before you actually check out if you're going inside the store. Because yeah, maybe that's just in my area, but be mindful. Don't get duped. All right, so we're gonna use this collage glue only because this paper is like nightgown thin, right? Whatever your favorite night clothing is, you've worn it for so long, it's starting to become sheer. That is how this paper is. All right. Make sure we put it on the right way. Yeah, I have to use the app because they took the pricing scanner out. So I always check it. But this is the excuse that they're giving me. The prices have changed and we haven't gotten around to changing the price on it. Everything is going up. Ma'am, if you don't tell me about what I see you doing, inflation, I get it. And I told her one lady, um, y'all shouldn't be charging a price until you change it. She didn't like that very much. I didn't like her attitude very much. I told my friend, I said, I might as well just go to Sonic and get the dang on ice cream because I get the same amount with extra crap for cheaper or the same price. When I lived in Maryland, Dairy Queen had this. They still do, but I think they took it off the market because it gives you diabetes. No, I don't know if it actually gives you diabetes, but it's called the brownie batter blizzard. So that 10 times fast. It was so delicious. Now it's called the classic. I think they have it called like classic brownie batter, but it's not the same concoction that it used to be. I loved that thing. And Dairy Queen, it's not close by. Oh, it's so good. So, Mara, the app, yeah, I agree with that statement too. It's very sweet, very sugary, like I am. I'm just playing. I'm not sugary. I am sweet though. Sometimes. Sometimes. Not a lot of times. I'm joking. Anyway, um, they don't have it. It's not as good as it used to be. Right? That's what I'm talking about. I remember, so I was talking to Chocolate System yesterday, right? And I had cracked a joke and no one laughed. And I was like, that was funny, y'all. And everybody's in their own world when we're on Discord. Everybody's in La La Land doing their own thing. And I was sitting here thinking back to the time that I had told y'all a joke and no one laughed. And I was like, Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. Y'all might not remember that, but I was like, dang, do I need to work on my timing? What? Because it was funny. But the last couple of days, I have not really been able to mentally say, oh, this is a good joke or not. I've just been saying it. So I might be off a little bit. We'll see though. When I tell y'all, hey, I'm doing a stand up act at Righties, then you'll see. Which would never happen, just so you know, I would never freely do that unless it was a lot of money back behind that for me to make a fool of myself like that. Because I really don't think that I'm like that funny. I think I'm better at telling a joke versus creating jokes and making jokes. Like I can repeat a joke pretty good sometimes. Not all the time. Now and then I can. every now and every now and again I could crack a funny. But have you ever just been sitting there laughing at yourself and somebody's like, what's funny? And you're like, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna laugh. You're not gonna think it's funny. And they're like, yes, I will. Just tell me the joke. Go ahead and tell me. And you tell them the joke or whatever you're laughing at, and they look at you like, that's not funny. And you're like, I told you you wouldn't laugh. I told you it wasn't gonna be funny to you because it was funny to me. That happened to me. My husband and I do not have the same sense of humor. I happen to think that I'm much more cultured. Look, cultured in the joke department. Like I like a variety of jokes. He likes stupid jokes, in my opinion, like dumb stuff. Like when people do the pranks on each other. And I'm not saying that that's not funny, but I just don't think it's funny, right? Um, but if you tell a joke that has like a long running joke, then I can get it. I'll find the humor in that. again. But my husband is not that person. So I told him a joke once. He was like, okay. I'm like, what do you mean, okay? That's the joke. And he says, that wasn't funny. And later on that day, you can hear the wheels turning, like I smelled smoke coming from his head and stuff. And it was because he had listened, he had thought about the joke and it was funny. And he was like, oh, yeah, I get it now. Like, the timing has passed for that joke, sir. Let's move on. And he sent me stuff, and I'm like, is this supposed to be funny? Am I supposed to be laughing right now? He's like, forget it. Just forget it then. Like this morning, I was like, hey, are we going to do a birthday party for our son? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, well, what do you want it to be? And he's like, not here. Right. And I'm like, okay, but that still doesn't answer the question. He's like, I don't know where you want it to be, sir. Really? So now I'm thinking about it. And I don't, I need to find an all inclusive type of party. I'm not sure if you all watch, is it Little Big People? Little People, Big World? One of the shows is where she's a doctor, and I don't remember what her husband is, but she's a doctor and they live in Houston, and they adopted two little kids and who also have the same disability that they have. And so they had a party at the science place and everything was covered, like whatever it was all there. It was like really cool. And I was like, that would be really fun to do. But where I live is boring in that kind of thing. And I had told my friend, I was like, I really just want to go to a park. Because you remember back in the day, okay, so you know what I'm talking about, Smart Good, because I'm not, like I can't remember the name. But you remember back in the day, you'd be like, okay, we're having a party at 3 o'clock. All the people show up at like 3:05, 3:30, and by 3:45, all the food's gone. But you go there and you have hot dogs. The kids are playing catch, little football, all that stuff. Like, when did we start giving people goodie bags? When did that happen? And why? Right? Because I'm all into the goodie bag stuff. I'm like, yeah, we got to get this and this and this. And if you reserve a space, then, a place, some places only let you use their food. Some places, like, you got to bring your own food. And if I'm doing all of that, like if I'm giving you X amount of dollars, I need you to do more than just say, okay, you can use my location. I need for you to let me know what's going to be there, what's the max capacity, what's your policies on this and this and this and that. But no, yeah, I don't know who idea it was for goodie bags, but now if you don't do them, they got word. I don't know who has words because I try to throw my son's goodie bags in the trash. Or I'll take the candy from him. Like, he went to one party and he got a cup and some other stuff. So I'm like, okay, we can use the cup for a few times. Then the other part was at Chuck E. Cheese, which was great because Chuck E. Cheese give you um, goodie bags and stuff like that. And so that's the whole thing. Like, how much? And he's 7. He'll be 7. When does it stop? When does throwing party stop? And how much do I need to spend? I don't know. Goodie bags. Whoever, I want to know what that parent, who was this person that made goodie bags so dang popular. Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna go on to what is that place called? Oriental Trading, and get a bunch of junk. Actually, what I would love to do is to reserve like a big open area and have lots of like ring toss, face painting, some basic kid stuff, not this all we're gonna go here and I don't know. Because we had this place called not Pistol Pete's Pizza. That's when I was going to Peter Piper Pizza, and I would like for him to have it there. But I want the food to be good, and it's another place that the food is trash, trash, and I don't want to spend $1,000 on a 7-year old birthday party. Like, no way, Jose. I do not want to do that. So, and his birthday's in the fall months, October, and it starts to get a little bit cooler, and sometimes it's been cold, too cold to be outside. So I don't know. And he has a friend whose birthday is the day after theirs, and her mom was like, we could. I was like, I don't want them to share a party. I want them to have their own thing. Now, if they were siblings, it would be different, but they're not siblings. They're just friends. So I want them to be able to do their own thing. I want them, I don't even know who we're going to invite. We may do the whole classroom. Um, and then if we do the whole classroom, it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. He has 31 kids in his class. Can you imagine 31 accesses to something? Um, so we this last year we went to a party and they invited the entire class. They had like little bounce houses, arcade games, and things like that. And I think she told me it was like $600, but you had to bring your own food and all this other crap. And I'm like, not what I want to hear. I do have a friend that I could probably ask to cater it for me. So that would be good. And I would get, I would do all the decorating myself and I would start on it now. But I was telling the big roommate, I was like, the reason why I was asking him if he wanted to do it is because now would be the time to reserve, now would be the time to go ahead and reserve the spot and start planning the stuff out, getting the invitations, asking my son what he wants his party to be, and denying that he would have a party until the actual day of his party. Because right now we have a contract with each other. Yes, I know he's 6 right now, and he don't know what contracts really are. I'm gonna cut this piece down just a little bit because it's hanging over. I blame the manufacturer of the card, not the paper cutter. I cut the paper, but all right. So that is that, y'all. We did that really quickly, and we could put this here if we wanted to, but no. I think I want to leave this one like this, and I'll probably cut something else or do something else on this side. So we're going to go ahead and move into our next craft. Yes, ma'am. I I don't know, but I think that if yeah, I don't know. I would like for it to be like an open area so they can do painting. Like I would like for it to be like one of those, like a painting session, not a paint and sip, but for kids. So no sipping, just painting. I mean, it's like sip on some juice boxes, but not, you know, any type of funny juice. This is driving me bananas. More bananas than normal. So I think what we're gonna do now is color. I had printed this girl out a while back. I think we colored her once already. So that would be really cool if I can remember what I did with her. I think I got her from Etsy. It's copywritten by for Morgan Fitzsimmons. I'm not sure where she actually came from, but I do know that this no, it's not Etsy. This is a stamp from Crafter's Companion. So that's something to keep in mind. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this in half, darling. And she will be our focus of our next journal. So we have two journals in the works currently. We have our Wonder Woman journal, and then we have our butterfly journal. And then we will have her. I think well, we'll keep some secrets for now, and then we'll work on those in the next coming weeks. But I do have some projects. I think that we're going to start focusing on a theme of the month. Yeah, I printed her off the internet, so you can just probably go and type in "lady flowers." Let me see real quick. I can try and do a search for you. Let's see. I thought I had put a link last time. I'm not sure, but I thought I had put a link for her last time. Let's see. This craft's companion. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I think I had put it in. And the link I just put, it says that it's expired or whatever. So it says Morgan Digi Stamps. You may be able to just find all these images. But I think that most of these images are Crafter's Companion now. So maybe that's what, I don't know. Ooh, this is pretty. Ooh. Oh, wow. Let's go ahead and save this. I am not supposed to be shopping for new images at all, but I do enjoy, finding a good image. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this lady right here. And what we're gonna do, we're not gonna stay a long time on her today because we're not gonna stay a long time online today. We're gonna do some stuff. If you like, you can suggest a few colors that you want to see her have. Always just pull out the obligatory greens, yellows, oranges, pinks, purples. And I think we're going to make her hair brown. And we're going to try to go ahead and color her. Excuse that noise. No. So Heather is a colorist, like for real colorist. I am a hobbyist colorist. So I don't have swatches, Heather. So you'll see me swatching as we go. Oh my goodness. I watched some lady do some watercoloring. I didn't watch the whole thing, and I didn't remember her name because I didn't watch the whole thing, but she made me wish that I was a colorist because I was like, "Ooh, I want to do that. I want to try that." She had did some like centerpiece, and then she had took another color and then she watercolored, and it just looks so beautiful and amazing. I was just like, "Ooh, yes, please and thank you. I wanted that effect that she had made." I love, 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 love seeing people color their projects. Now, sometimes I don't understand what the heck they're saying or doing. You think so, Heather? I love seeing your colorings. I definitely love seeing them. They make me smile. I had watched this video and I was reading the comments, and one of the ladies had said, one of the people, one of the commenters had said, I smiled the whole way through the interview, and I was like, my goofy butt did too. I was like, I can't believe I just sat there and was smiling like I was friends with this person's. Sometimes people do make you feel like that. Yeah, Heather, watching people color and sometimes when people tell you that the techniques and they're like, okay, we're gonna take our blah 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 and do this with it, I'm like, ooh, talk dirty to me. I enjoy it. About their craft or whatever. I just love it. Even when people are showing like their art supplies, they're like, okay, today we're gonna be using this marker, and I'm like, ooh, do I need that? But I've gotten out of that habit kind of trying to get. I knew that was gonna be darker. Trying to get the things that they have because I don't need what they have. I just need what I have to make me happy. Sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. My mom used to love singing that song. She used to love it. That part at least. All right, let's see. We're gonna see how these benefit us. I haven't did a review on them. Today is my first time using them, so that will be interesting. And I knew that that was going to happen because I feel like this green, olive green, is lighter than this green. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I went to this Thai and Vietnamese restaurant, and I wanted to get the pho. And they had a lot of places don't have vegetarian broth. It's beef broth. Which I'll give up not eating beef or pork for the broth. Sometimes I sacrifice it. But this time I didn't. I was like, oh no, I'll just stick with the chicken fried rice. It was so good. I told a big roommate, I was like, we gotta go here this weekend. He was like, where? And I told him where. He's like, mm-hmm. Who'd you go with? And I told him who I went with. He's like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've been on like a noodle kick, like a noodle rice starchy kick, not like a pasta noodles, more of a like I guess Asian themed noodles. Because I've been having a craving for some ramen lately. And that would be so delicious to have some ramen. Mm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna try and color all these leaves in, but fear not, my work did not go in vain. Even though I'm covering it up, we will prevail. We will fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it. I think we're gonna be able to fix it. Hopefully we get past her leaves. I hope that y'all had a great weekend. I probably will be doing some punching next week, paper punch, using some paper punches. I want to make some things to put in to mail out. That makes sense to you. Hopefully it did. That's the goal. but I want to do some punching before I come back with you all and share with you how they looked and then what we're making with them and then how they garnish the artistry of whatever it is we're doing. You were sick. I'm sorry to hear that. That's not good. Not good at all. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sorry to hear that. My stomach is grumbling. So if you hear, excuse me, I did not eat breakfast this morning like I know it needed to. But now I don't even want to eat. I just want to take a nap. I done soothe myself sleepy. My brain is on overload currently, thinking about all the things I need to get done. So I am not um, functioning very well. All right, so if you can tell in this one that we just went over, you can see the darker lines. And we want it to blend in. We don't want it to be like a harsh line. I'm okay with the outline of the leaf being there, but for this part, I want to try to blend it in. I am not going to try to blend each and everything together, but yeah, yeah. So that's the one good thing about the 3 on the 3rd and the 10 on the 10th, at least for that, like once the holidays come up, it'll be good. You can have some things done. I need to make some daggone birthday cards. Really, I do. Really, really, and truly, I do. There's so much I gotta get done, and I'm the person that's hindering me because I told you before I'm a self saboteur, which isn't good, and it's not even good to admit that I'm a self saboteur. But with school starting and as he's advancing in grades, some of the requirements for home are changing, and I need to be more focused on that, which I hadn't been. Then I got this message. Well, they sent out a message to the parents today, and I did not really care for that at all. I was, I was, and still am like, really, this is what we're doing. I didn't want to do that. I do this every time. I want to. Let's see. I just want to make it. I want to make it a flower. Let's see. If that's gonna work the way I want it to work. If not, mm, nah, it didn't work. That's okay. Those watercolorists and people like Heather make coloring look so easy sometimes, and it's not. Oh my goodness! Like I watched someone, they was like in the shading and blah blah blah. I was like, listen, I cannot. Mm-mm, I don't want to do no shading. I'm not sure if y'all watch the news. I really don't watch news, but I heard it on the radio that Mississippi has been on a boil water alert since July, and they've been getting rain, and now the water is not drinkable even more in Jackson, Mississippi. When I lived there, they had a lot of boil water alerts too, so I can see that happening. That's not good for people, though. Yes, I agree. I definitely agree, Heather. Some people make it look so effortless, flawless. Like I feel like those are the people that understand the body and whatever shading they're doing. I'm like, why can't that is cool. I never want to be like that person, but I just want to have an understanding of how and why it's not working for me. Gonna transition this up. City water. City water. At least that's what I believed it was. When I lived there, I had a few ball water notices until X amount of time that day. I don't know how true that is, but I was like, July? You've been on a ball water notice since July? It might be time to move out of Jackson. I think that's what we got. Yeah, very, 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 very much so. Not very good. But I think we're going to stop here. I think we'll come back and visit her again on next week. We'll pull out some flowers and start her journal and not finish it as well as all the other ones. I am going to go ahead and head off for the day. I want to say thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. We did accomplish something. We did finish this book. Well, we finished the base of it. So I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, happy crafting.